welcome back to Luluné's Storylouge, where we uncover the real stories behind the music.
You know, reading through the lyrics for this one, there was just this incredibly striking imagery of a fragile jar of clay and finding what he calls grace in the gaps.
Yeah.
It paints such a delicate sensory picture.
It really does. I was just thinking about how we usually spend so much of our lives trying to hide our cracks in the dark,
Right.
pretending we're completely whole. But the lyrics suggest those very gaps are exactly where the light and the warmth of others actually seep in.
That is a beautiful way to phrase it. It is just such a tender way to view our own brokenness.
Exactly. And looking at his real-life story, the artist spent a lifetime caught in this cycle of feeling inadequate.
He really did.
I mean, he had these incredibly humble, almost ironic beginnings, like freezing completely solid on stage during a childhood speech, and then taking a fly ball directly to the face on his very first day of baseball.
Oh, brutal. Honestly, if I took a baseball to the face on day one, I'd probably write a sad song about it eventually, too.
Right, and it didn't end there. There is that agonizing story of him sitting at the family dinner table,
Yes.
trying to follow up his sister's golden, captivating stories with a joke of his own and just completely bombing.
A deafening silence.
Yeah.
We have all experienced that exact silence. But what connects so deeply with me is that this human vulnerability didn't just magically disappear once he found success.
Yeah, it stuck around.
Even into his 60s, he is still making these awkward blunders. Just recently, he was setting up cameras on a set and mistook a crew worker's college-age daughter for a young boy.
Oh, no.
Yes. And when she gently corrected him, he panicked and tried to recover by asking in this very soft voice if she was a high school senior.
Ouch.
Only to find out she was in college. He said he just shrank a foot and wanted to disappear right into the floor.
That is rough, but so incredibly human. Which brings up his profound realization, the paradox of weakness. How he transitioned from wanting the floor to swallow him whole to accepting these flaws.
It is a fascinating shift. He started looking backward instead of constantly trying to fix himself.
Yeah.
And that pivot comes through so beautifully in that specific lyric. Grace in the gaps, holding me in place.
That line holds so much weight.
It really does. He started looking at his perceived flaws as hidden strengths, like his tendency to cry easily.
Right, which used to embarrass him.
Exactly. He realized that is actually the blessing of a soft, easily moved heart. So much so he jokes now that he never needs artificial tears on a film set.
That is a wonderful reframe.
And remember that awful, awkward silence at the dinner table? Looking back, he realized that wasn't a room full of judgment.
No.
It was just the warm, patient eyes of his family, holding space for him and waiting for him to find his footing.
It entirely changes the narrative. And for you listening, the real application of this is realizing that the true value of a clay jar isn't the jar itself. It is what it holds. You have to be a little empty and maybe a little cracked to actually be filled with the grace and love of the people around you.
That is the exact takeaway he lands on. The artist isn't trying to become a flawless golden cup anymore.
No, he's not.
He is just trying to be a little less clumsy than yesterday. Dancing anyway, despite the cracks.
So what if the flaw you're trying hardest to hide right now is actually the exact place you're meant to connect with someone else today? That comforting resolution, that feeling of swinging anyway, can only truly be felt in the artist's own voice.
Now let the melody speak what words cannot.
Please subscribe and like.
Back in the day, my heart would waver. Tears would blur my sight, my feelings gave me away. Sniffling down the road, walking home alone. Sis would hurry out and make it right on her own. She's the steady rock I've known. Dinner was a stage every single night. Sleep on golden stories glowing in the light. Brother took his turn, brought the house down fast, but I just wasn't built for a funny half. Mom said, go on, give it a try. Gave me room to spread my wings and fly. Then my big punchline drifted in the air. Silence settled heavy everywhere. Learned it then and there, clear as it can be. It's about the teller, and it wasn't me. I'm a little slow, a little out of time. Perfectly imperfect in this clumsy life of mine. Still I'm swinging, swinging anyway. La da 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 da. Dad dad said stage time builds a stronger soul. Help me shape the words, help me play the role. But up on that stage my chest would burn, my voice would shake as I took my turn. Then he signed me up, baseball was the plan. Strong mind, healthy body makes a steady man. First big fly ball hanging in the blue glove, went up to catch a whack, it found me too. Last day on that field I waved the game goodbye. Setting up the cams just the other day, a worker and a kid in matching shades of gray. What a polite young man, I said with a grin. The kid turned around, I'm a girl, she chimed in. I could've stopped right there, but I tried to recover. Asked in softer tone, high school senior year. She smiled and said, I'm actually in college, sir. I strike a foot and everything blurred. Tipped my hat and made a quiet retreat. I'm a little slow, a little out of time, perfectly imperfect in this clumsy life of mine. Still I'm swinging, swinging, swinging anyway. La da 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 da. Looking back, I'm just a jar of fragile clay, but the treasure tucked inside I didn't make that way. Hearts that held me close, eyes that chose the way through the dark. Grace would find its way, holding me steady, never left to fade. I'm a little cracked like a jar of clay, perfectly imperfect, but I'm dancing